Welcome back, everyone. We have red flag warnings in place. Also, you could call a fire weather warning as well. Both terms meaning the same thing, but it's in effect for southern and central parishes, including the Metro and Rapide parish. And that means you don't want to be burning outside. And remember, we still have those burn bans in effect area-wide as well. So even in the northern areas, don't want to be burning today. And that's due to basically the dry ground that we have due to the drought. And then also those dry relative humidity levels getting down to about 25% later on this afternoon. And also another combination or another factor is the breezy winds coming in from the east. So anything that does spark up because of those breezy winds would have a pretty likely chance of spreading pretty rapidly. That's in effect till 8 o'clock this evening. So relative humidity's out there right now, generally in the 30s and 40s. So drier air in place for sure. But as that temperature gets higher today, these relative humidities will get lower as a result, just kind of worsening the conditions throughout the area. So temperatures out there in the 80s and even low 90s there in Oakdale, sitting at 90. We have 89 at the airport, the same in Colfax, 90 there as well in Winfield, 87 right now in Marksville. So as we take a look at our region, notice not much going on. A front well to the south in the Gulf of Mexico, a little bit of precipitation there, not going to impact us. Looking out to the west, really not much in the high plains, and that right there is pretty much going to mean that we're going to be dry over the next couple of days, but it will eventually see this upper level high pressure break down. That's due to low pressure out to the west. That's going to give us a front as we roll into your Friday morning. Out ahead of that front on Thursday, it looks like we could see that 30% chance of rain in the forecast, isolated, scattered in nature. So you notice over the next couple of days, high pressure in place, but it does break down by the end of the week. Notice that trough slowly comes in our direction, but you also notice another push of energy coming in from the Midwest there, and that right there is really good, what's going to push that front through our area early Friday morning, leading to drier conditions. And also cooler conditions as well over the weekend. So really not too bad over the next couple of days as far as it feels like is concerned, because we have that dry air in place and maybe even continue there on Wednesday, but it's going to get a little bit more muggy out ahead of the front there for your Thursday and even parts of Friday maybe as well, especially if that front times starts to lag behind the timing a little bit. But on Thursday, with the extra Gulf moisture across the area, it will feel a little bit more humid. So as we take a look at today, mostly sunny skies, dry conditions, temperatures in the low 90s for today. Tomorrow morning, temperatures starting off in the 60s, a little bit above the average, but not by too much, maybe 3-4 degrees. Continued dry, but notice increased cloud coverage tomorrow afternoon. That also kind of spells increased moisture throughout the area, but overall not too bad. Maybe a 10% chance of a stray shower to the south. That's about it. Temperatures in the 90s once again. As far as your high temperatures are concerned for today, we're going to be well above the average of 85. We're in the low 90s area wide. The record's 97, set back in 1900, a pretty long-standing record, and stands a reason why, because that right there is pretty high for early October and early part of fall, and even after today, that record will still stand. So as we take a look at the next several days, you notice 90s through Thursday. Thursday maybe a little bit cooler by about 3-4 degrees or so. That's just due to the extra rainfall that could be around the area then, but the front doesn't come through until early Friday morning, and that's going to spell some drier conditions behind the fronts, zeroing out those rain chances for the weekend. Cooler temperatures as well, maybe upper 70s for a short time there on Saturday, and also low 50s.